Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris. Today we're watching Season 2, Episode 3 of Battlestar Galactica. It's called Fragged. Now, when I first saw the name of this title, I thought it was Fracked. And I was like, yeah, well, based on what's been going on so far this season and just the general concept of the show, yeah, we are fracked. But it's fragged. And I wasn't 100% sure what that meant. So I did a little Googling and realized, yeah, it's related to like a grenade, specifically when you might kill a superior officer. Surprisingly and shockingly happened over 700 times, according to one website, during the Vietnam War. Wow. So why is this episode called Fragged? That really is, I was trying to process and think about how that might affect this show. And my first thought was Colonel Ty, our good friend who's now struggling in a new leadership position, at least temporarily. And so maybe we're going to really focus on him this episode. But then I thought of our boy Crashdown, who's literally crashed down on Kobol. And he's really, there is already like been some conflict with his leadership style. And is someone going to try to kill one of the leaders in the show in this episode? Or did they just name it Fragged as a fun little title for this episode? Because the show is known for just haphazardly choosing episode titles that aren't necessarily related. I don't even buy it even as I'm saying it. All right, let's get into the episode.
Take these brave men into your arms. Take
hard losses for them.
Nothing awaits them. No eternal life, no damnation, because they died here.
Kobol means you don't get any eternity. It's interesting.
Doc, you hear me? I just don't respond to the title Doc. A dock is a platform for loading and unloading material. My title is Doctor or Mr. Vice President.
Yeah, I'm worried about Crashdown. He was struggling before he lost these men. Downward spiral, you know.
They're building something.
Chief, is that
a missile?
Well, at least we know why they're not chasing us.
Why waste the effort when you can just... Ow.
You missed something. He's still hemorrhaging somewhere. We're gonna lose him unless we can stop that bleeding.
Oh my gosh. I knew he would have a prolonged recovery, but here, I mean, again, here we are. He was shot 3-4 episodes ago. He's so not out of the woods. He is still in critical condition.
I don't think he can last much longer.
Just stay focused.
I need some medication for the president.
She's not the president anymore.
Sir, she's
Why aren't
very
you in the
ill.
brig?
No one put me in there.
Correct. He's thinking about it.
Why aren't you in the brig?
I'm on duty, sir. Planning the search and rescue mission.
Search and rescue? For who?
Hi.
The surface of Kobol, sir.
Yeah, he completely slipped his mind, clearly.
Evidently, the Quorum of 12 is aboard. They're demanding to see you.
Oh, wow.
They demand. Put them in the wardroom and hold them there until I have time to see them.
Hard to think. It's withdrawn.
Kamala.
Yes.
I'm trying to get you more.
Race, invented murder, man's one true art form.
You've done some killing of your own, I think.
When we were your children, you taught us well.
Yikes. Scathing rebuke of humanity.
Despite all of it, he still wants to offer you salvation. Our child will bring that salvation, but only if you accept your role as her father.
Her.
Be a man, Gaius. The time is coming when you'll have to act like one.
How does she know the things that she knows? Satellite?
Looks like a Dratus dish. They're building an anti-aircraft battery. The Galactica's gonna send a search and rescue team.
They're preparing.
Risking their lives to rescue us.
Cylons will shoot them down.
Grounds team, we have a mission. We gotta destroy the anti-aircraft guns or whatever.
Should be up in the air in, I don't know, 90 minutes?
90 minutes? We got men down on that fracking planet!
Now you're really passionate about it.
Get
You
your
didn't
head
even
in the game.
remember them a few minutes ago.
The commander felt he had no choice but to remove her from power.
He was paving the way to declare martial law and usher in a military dictatorship. Isn't that right, Colonel?
I know for a fact that the old man hated the very idea of martial law.
We demand immediate access to the president.
Madam President.
I have to consider
Laura?
I just came down to see if there was anything I could do for you.
No, does not go away.
Laura, do you know where you are?
Never we met.
Oh, she's not good either.
Sorry. Excuse me. Take care.
Oh! Ellen, hi. Ellen?
Withdrawal is no small thing. And to, I don't know, be in withdrawal during such a tumultuous moment of your life when you're literally in the brig, that's kind of crazy. Also, I'm starting to think we're not even going to see Starbuck and Hilo this episode, or Boomer and Sharon for that matter, which is fine, but like we better get a lot of them next week.
One Cylon Centurion walks the perimeter, stopping at regular intervals.
This is some great recon.
Controls the missiles. It's guarded by 2 Centurions, I think. Okay, is the Dreadus guarded continuously or intermittently? Continuously.
Hey, they're leaving their post, but he didn't see them.
You're not suggesting we attack the Cylons?
He's crazy.
Basic ground assault was a long time ago, for all of us. Those aren't training officers out there. They're programmed killing machines.
We don't have any choice.
They'll wipe us out in the first 2 minutes.
That's enough!
Yeah, they're constantly butting heads.
Keep your cool.
I don't believe I've lost my cool.
I disagree. We owe it to the rescue party, and we owe it to Cecilius and Tarn.
I fail to see what this has to do with Cecilius and Tarn.
Maybe that's why I'm an officer and you're not.
I'm just constantly on Tyrell's side of these arguments, and I'm so worried Crashdown is going to get everyone killed.
We will assault the Cylon launch site from the northwest using...
Oh, come on.
This is absurd.
Does anybody else think that this plan is fracking nuts?
Yeah, I actually do.
Show of hands,
No,
right? Everybody who thinks
absolutely
that it's
not.
unfair.
This is not a democracy.
Well, it's
the
not the
LT's
plan.
in charge.
So Gaius is right. Tyrell agrees with them, but Tyrell respects command. It's correct. I don't know. Does the vice presidency title give him authority here? Technically, is he president and doesn't know it?
You and the vice president will stay at position 1 and provide covering fire for both flanking maneuvers.
Sounds like she's talking about the scrolls of the prophet Pythia.
Whoa, he's good.
Pythia foretold the rise of a leader. But from Geminon, we believe in the literal truth of the scriptures.
A drug that priests sometimes use is called Kamala extract.
Who would have thought the guard would be the person that he needed to talk to?
Boatload of politicians and press.
It's like you don't want the Quorum of 12 to talk to her when she's in her current state.
She's crazy.
I know.
Unless you have an agenda, like Ellen.
Should let him see her. That leaves you in unchallenged command of this ship.
And Zarek to make a power play. That'd be a different show right there. Instead of Rosalind and Adama, you have Zarek and Ty? Oh, no.
Let's go find our people.
Oh my gosh, it's all happening.
One of you will turn against the others.
During the attack?
Yes.
Who's the Judas?
Forum is demanding to see the former president. They're being pretty adamant.
They are going to get to see what has become of their precious president. You tell them that.
Pretty uncool. Yes. She's gonna get the drugs. She's gonna come back to her senses and have a nice chat with the Quorum of 12, much to Zarek's chagrin.
Something's wrong with the plan.
Quiet down. There's nothing wrong. There's just a couple Cylons that we didn't account for.
Maybe there are only 5 Cylons. They just changed the deployment.
That,
they brought
yes.
the 2 that were guarding the dish down here. Now the dish is unprotected. Go take it out. We don't have to take on the whole Cylon army.
Oh, it's the SAR mission. They're here. They're right up there, Chief. We gotta go. There's no time for discussion. You have your orders. I need you to go out there and create a distraction now.
I can't do it.
Ellie, move!
Oh my gosh.
You're going out there or I'm gonna blow your brains out right here.
You freaking kidding me? Crashdown.
Put it down right now. 2.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what.
3.
Whoa, Gaius. I think it was the right call. And if anyone had to do it, I'm glad it was Gaius. Tyrell. Oh, frack. Quickly, run and take out the other thing. Is that still even a possibility? Is that even still a possibility?
Now you're a man.
Crashdown's gone. Come on. Okay, yes.
Missiles, there's a battery down there. They're not locking on us.
Yes. Thank you, Tyrell.
Stay there!
Wow. Had a little help, I think. Thank God. This was an amazing episode. And I know it's not quite over yet, but just incredible.
Viewing time at the zoo.
It's all going to look ridiculous now.
The attempted military coup against the lawful government of the colonies is illegal, ill-advised, and clearly doomed to failure.
She thinks she's a prophet or some such nonsense. Well, then go ahead and ask her.
Everything I have done is consistent, logical. When we retrieve the arrow, we will open the tomb of Athena, and we will find the road to Earth.
Have you read the scrolls of Pythia?
I humbly believe that I am fulfilling the role of the leader.
She's going public.
The dying leader will lead us to salvation.
She's not dying. She's crazy.
I am dying. Wow. I will lead the people to salvation. It is my sole purpose.
Wow.
Here is our salvation.
Not the way you thought it was going to go, is it?
Remove these people from the brig and escort them back to their shuttle.
What's done is done, man. Wow. I did not expect her to come clean like that. Like, just bring all of that out into the open. This is amazing television. Real tough time here on Kobol.
How did Crashdown die?
Leading the charge.
Maybe it's for the best. You know, save his reputation. If Tyrell signs on.
Yeah.
So proud of you guys.
Because I've taken life.
Makes you human.
Is it? Poetry or art or murder?
Yeah, in her mind, humans are just murder machines.
I'll be your conscience.
You need a new conscience, I think.
I really fracked things up for you, Bill.
Yep.
Laura Roslyn's actions in supporting mutiny and sedition among
You
the
have to make a
military
statement
cannot
now.
be tolerated. I have decided to dissolve the quorum of 12.
Wow.
And as
That's a
of this
mistake, I
moment,
think.
I have declared martial law.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh, we need Adama to wake up and try to clean up this mess, like, immediately. Great performance. Man. I don't know. This is my favorite episode in a while. Whether or not it should be, I don't know. But yeah, Michael Hogan is phenomenal in his role as Colonel Ty. It's really just a phenomenal performance. And I say that because, man, I hate him. But, like, in a good way. He's doing the best he can in a very difficult situation. He doesn't really know what to do. You could see throughout this episode his inner turmoil, his uncertainty, especially at the beginning. He completely forgot about the fact that there was people who were stranded on Kobol. And then he got super upset just a few minutes later. 90 minutes is too long. Get your head in the game. Like, wow, what a turnaround. Like, oh my gosh. We were at 47,874 last week, 47,862 this week. So obviously we lost quite a few between last week and this week. We at least lost one more this week with Crashdown. And one of the most interesting and compelling moments of the series so far. There's been so many, but when he put that gun on Callie, he sealed his fate. He was trying to do the best that he can, but he did not handle that situation well. Wow, I respect Tyrell for trying to respect the chain of command, but I'm glad that someone took him out. And I'm glad it was Gaius of all people. If nothing, I mean, yes, it led to the interesting exchange between him and number 6 about being a man. But I mean, if someone has to do a questionable decision, let it be him. And then, covering it up at the end. And I think it's okay to preserve his legacy and let him be known as a hero. I don't see that there's anything wrong with that necessarily. Dire circumstances, horrible situation. And yeah, Crashdown's been here. And he's gone. I mean, you never really know who's going to stick around and who's going to... wow. I mean, just fascinating. President Roslyn, she was losing it during this episode. The way her storyline played out was very engaging, very engrossing. She was losing it. She was muttering. And, of course, the guard was it Geminon? Geminon? And he recognized the prophecy. And he helped. He got her the medication she needed. And then the Quorum of 12 came in, and President Roslyn just legitimately came clean. And what happens next is either going to legitimize her or completely decredit her. Discredit. The way the Quorum of 12 responded as well, just absolutely amazing. Very interesting. And yeah, of course, Zarek is trying to take advantage of the opportunity to accuse Ty and accuse Adama and all this stuff. But then Colonel Tai comes around, whoop, declares martial law, and I don't think Adama's going to agree with that decision at all, and I can't wait for him to wake up, and I want to see how he's going to respond to the situation, how he's going to deal with it, what steps he's going to do to try to make things right. At the very least, if Adama had made that decision and given that speech to the press, it would have been received differently than Tai, who did. So, some quotes and some various things here. Number 6, talking to Gaius, said, despite everything, God wants to offer salvation, and doing that through the child of Gaius in number 6. Which questions, just so many questions about that. Are they trying to imply that Gaius's child is a messianic figure, a Christ figure? I don't know. That's potentially interesting, or maybe terrifying. I don't know. Dr. Gaius Baltar, assuming he's safe because he's the instrument of God. And number 6 is like, no, God turned his back on Kobol. So his plan, his will doesn't matter here. Like that, just so interesting. And of course, I'm comparing that to like various things that I've heard growing up at, in a Christian home, and it's just fascinating, just the ideology, the thought processes that kind of can go into some of those things. And of course, at the end, when Gaius and number 6 are talking, and number 6 says, I'm proud of you. You're a man now. And he's like, why? Because I took a life. And the conversation of like, is that what makes human? What about art? What about literature? All of that stuff. And she's just like, no, apparently murder is what makes you human. And we have to ignore the mass genocide the Cylons did. But continuing that vein of thought, assuming we can ignore that for just a moment here, I've been watching a handful of videos, just kind of like, what if so-and-so was actually the hero? Like in The Karate Kid, what if Johnny was the actual hero? What if Darth Vader was the hero? Just various things that's very entertaining and fun to watch. And so it kind of made me think, okay, what if, again, ignoring genocide here, what if the Cylons are the heroes, right? What if the Cylons really are doing everything they can do to try to save humanity? And surely from their perspective, they are. I know we don't know the whole story here yet. I'm sure as we go throughout this, by the time I watch the plan, right, we're going to have a very clear picture of what actually is going on here. But right now, it's just interesting trying to dissect and figure out what their motivations are, because no one thinks they're the villain, right? And we know they're the villain. We know that they committed mass genocide and they're hunting us down and whatnot. But I do wonder, what are the larger implications there? What are the larger reasons there, right? Where, they spent years just ignoring us. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, were they just ignoring us so that they could evolve and complete their evolution? Or did something happen? Is there an inciting incident that caused this great war to, well, end abruptly and then the show to start? I don't know. I just love this show. No, please, nobody answer that question. Don't you dare answer that question in the comments on Patreon or on YouTube. I know you won't, because you guys are wonderful 99% of the time about avoiding spoilery stuff, or at least marking it as such so that I can ignore or delete, because I do occasionally delete things if it seems like it might be going in a spoilery direction. Sorry, but I'm not reading it. I'm not going to glance. No chance. Anyway, yeah, great episode. Great episode. Should I say it one more time? Great episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying these, please hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. And of course, you can check me out on Patreon, where I'm a few episodes ahead, as well as I have the full length reactions where you can watch along, and the support goes a long way for helping the channel. So, but of course, just being here and watching the videos, that is the best way to support, and I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Big thanks to my patrons, and here's another video you might enjoy. Bye.